right now, I was just reflecting on, we're already in October. And for some odd reason, I just started thinking about, the morning that you died. And of course, it made me incredibly sad. And I started thinking to myself, like, how is it that I could remember that and I don't even remember, like, anything. I remember bits and snippets of it. But when I talk about remembering, I mean remembering, like, the series of events that transpired up until you died. The way Gabba told me the story about how you died, and just about, what was going on and the medical episode that you were having. And it's the fact that I could play it in my mind as if I had been there when I was not there. And it just makes me so sad. But it's like it's like the kind of sad that is just so deep. It's like beyond tears at this point, It's like I've sat with it for quite some time. And so, and I say quite sometime when it really hasn't been quite sometimes. It's been not even 3 months. Like, it'll be 3 months on the 11th. And like that, it in and of itself is crazy to think that, in 9 days is gonna be 3 months since you passed away. 3 months that I have not talked to you, 3 months that I had to get used to no daily interaction from you. I mean, yes, but also no, you're still very present, of course, but and it's really cool just the way it's developing into how we are communicating and trying to figure out, the best way to communicate that we both can, understand. So, I've definitely learned to be very, very even more observant, like hyper observant over the past, 3 months. It's still so raw and so real. Like, I cannot understand how 3 months can somehow feel so short and also feel so long at the same time, because it feels like it has been literal years since you've been gone. And yet when I talk to my therapist, he says, we're talking a matter of weeks. I feel like I'm copying exactly how he talks, but that's exactly how he talks, because it's the emotion in his face. Like, he really is trying to convey to me to just, like, be easy with myself, because I'm wanting to be healed and be done with it, because of course it's so uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable to deal with this level of hurt and just anguish, pain. I don't know what big words I can use to say how, like, absolutely garbage it feels to have your child passed away and to try to pick up the pieces. And I go back to work on the 14th, maybe because now, and then it's like, oh my gosh, all the other shit that comes with, people don't care. I just had my whole fucking world rocked, and my company does not give a fuck, because all they care about is, that my short-term disability got approval. And it's like, I understand business is business, but, like, ma'am, the absolute nightmare of dealing with short-term disability, because I have been physically, just not able to keep it together long enough to work. And the fact that, the emails there's so much compassion in the world, but it's like crazy how, like, I work for y'all, you know what I mean? I give all my time. Like, companies should really take a look at their policies and like evaluate like time given off for grief. There's so many companies. Dad's company is able, or they give people like 3 months off when they have a baby, and like most jobs do that. So it's like, if you could give people 3 months off, for them getting their life together when a new life comes in, why can you not give them 3 months off, no problem, when that life goes out as well? Or anyone's life that's really close to them, that's family, close family, like that, you know what I mean? Any family member that's gonna pass, that's gonna leave you so traumatized that you just cannot function correctly, it requires time off. And man, my heart goes out to those parents that like literally had to like pick up and fucking do the damn thing and like go back to work right away, because like how freaking tough, like I tried to go back to work 2 weeks after you passed. I had so much trouble keeping it together, like so much trouble keeping it together on the daily. It was like a controllable cry all day, just trying to find my way back up to the surface after being dragged down to like the literal pits of hell, and it's been such a slow climb. And I even told you today, like, that I really just, like, I want to be over the sad part, because the sad part is just, when I really think about it, it's too much to fucking shoulder. And like, that's always in me, it's always in me. It's like a monster that lives in there now, this grief. And it's just so sad. And I had to archive all the memories and the memorial things that I was writing on Instagram, because they serve their purpose, but like I cannot go back there, and I have no self-control to like not go back and almost like make it, like force the sadness. It feels sick in a way, but at the same time doesn't feel sick, because I made these things for you. This is what helped me in these moments of feeling like I was like gonna explode with feeling, and I needed to get it out somehow. And then I do, and then I would want to go back and look at it, because it was beautiful to me and would be like a really good tribute to your memory. And it was, but it would be so hard, because it was like, of course, inducing sadness. And I don't want to be sad anymore. I already want to be at the part where I've transitioned into, accepting that you're gone and making beautiful memorials and, doing good things in your name. And, I want to get there, and I know I'm gonna get there, but like, this is a freaking battle. Like, you know, missing you is a battle. There's so many layers to this grief thing. It's crazy. It's like a constant roller coaster of like wanting to be alone, but wanting to be heard, and wanting to be seen, and wanting to be alone, and wanting to be just like a lot of wanting to be alone, but also knowing that you need other people and other people need you. But like, you know, I was thinking the other day about how I had more time with you than I had without you in my life, you know? Like, I've known you since I was 15, and you're 23, you know? I've known you such a huge chunk of my life. And the bond that we had, it was so special. And I just can't believe that this is my reality now. That I have to live this life, and that we don't, you know, get to talk anymore. I'm so thankful to have like videos and pictures. I'm so thankful to live in that era, in this era, because I was thinking the other day also about like, oh my gosh, like how much that must have sucked for people back in the day, like when cameras weren't around and video, you know, recording devices of any kind weren't around, and then their loved ones passed, and they just, you know, would forget, because that's what happens, you know, as time goes on, you forget. I mean, you know, when you don't have access to it. So like, you know, luckily, you know, I'll make sure that I will never forget, because I'll be backing up so much shit, you know, backing up my phone and all the pictures and stuff on so many drives that like I won't ever. We decorated the house for you, me and Dad and Grandma. I try to make it look so tacky because I felt like you would appreciate it so much. I love it. I need to go out and fix these stupid ghosts. I don't know why. I tried to give them a balloon head, so that the head, you know, the hat, which hat would stay, but I think I just need to scrap that idea. But it's so hot, so I don't want to go out there and work on them because it was hot. I'll wait till later and then I'll go fix them. But I just think you would be so proud of it and the work we put into it, and on the inside too. It looks really cute and very Halloween-y. And, you know, I had not looked forward to Halloween for years, you know, because it was like, man, why, you know? That's how I always viewed it. And you loved Halloween so much. Always did. And I loved Halloween always because, like, you loved Halloween, and it was so fun to make Halloween fun for you. And, you know, it's good to have the motivation and the want to, like, make it look adorable, because I know that, you know, whenever you're flying around the yard, it gives you more incentive, and it raises the vibe, you know, because that clown is creepy. The clown on the porch is creepy looking, and the spider web with the huge spider in it is creepy, and just everything we did is creepy. But I know you'll see it, and I know you appreciate it. And And yeah, but it really, time is easing while also not easing the pain, because on the one hand, time goes on, and while I may not be fall apart sad every single day, I'm still, sad more days than most. And then it gets hard because it's like, wow, like for instance, it getting ready to be 3 months, it's like, well, damn, like 3 months, and then I'm gonna think that every month, and then I feel like once it's a year, I'll just be like, man, it's another, year and a month, it's just like, then it's counting down, oh wow, it's been 2 years, oh wow, and it's just like, I just can't believe I'll be saying that shit, like, wow, it's been, like, one day I'm gonna be like, wow, it's been 10 years since Donna passed away. Like, so as you can see, that's how grief hits, and per my therapist, you have to honor that. But yeah, that's just the raw reality of it, it's like when I feel like I need to cry, I'm gonna cry, and I'm just gonna honor you and myself in that moment and just release, and when it hits, and there's really, not much I can do, so I just go with the flow. And I miss you so much, and life is just so different. It's just so different, and it's taking, it's like, it's so much, so quick, I guess it seems like, where like, every day dealing with a new level of grief, missing you, getting used to like you not being a part of my everyday life, still not used to that, going to therapy, being vulnerable, being open, being authentic, honoring how I'm feeling. I mean, these are all new concepts to me. I've never chartered that kind of territory before, so it's scary. It's freaking scary, and it's a lot, but I take it as a challenge. I'm more than capable of doing this, and really making some positive changes in that process. And it's strange that I have been really feeling like I like the change, like I'm welcoming the change. It's like giving me some goals, because honestly and truly, kid, like, life is so whatever to me right now. I'm telling you, it's a very strange place to be me right now, because it's just all the weird contradictory feelings that I'm feeling. But you know, on the one hand, to not care about anything, and on the other hand, wanting to make these changes to be a better me, you know, be a better version of me. I do have a appointment with my psychiatrist tomorrow, so hopefully I'll remember that and bring that up with him and ask him what's up with that, because it's hard, you know. There's certain areas of life that is just, you know, it's suffering, but it's out of my hands, like, totally out of my hands. Like, I've tried to do what I can. So, like, and I'm just right in the way of going with the flow, because, you know, I literally can't do anything. It's a waiting game for, like, you know, and it's all, like, due to taking time off and trying to do the short-term disability. That has been something, like, having to do all these adult things so I can save my job and not just be like, deuces, guys, like, catch y'all on the flip side, like, you know, because that's really what I wanted to do. And I was just like, you know, now with the whole thing about disability, and they're telling me they didn't receive paperwork, and I'm like, well, shoot, girl, me either. Like, I'm still waiting. And anyway, I don't want to put any of that on. I'm just saying, like, there are layers, like, layers to life right now, in different areas and things that I'm going through as a result of everything. Because on July 10th, man, life was good, kid. Like, you were alive. I was able to talk to you. I was working, and I had money in my account, and, you know, just everything after that just feels like it imploded, and I'm just trying to, like, find my way, while at the same time feeling so lost and, like, out there, you know, not like you left me out there, like, hanging, but, like, you know, I'm just like, what? Like, what? But yeah, so that's how life is 3 months in, you know. It's still a struggle, but I'm able to do things. I'm able to laugh. And the things that bring me joy. I said, you know, nothing brings me joy, but honestly and truly, what brings me joy is doing things for you. So, like, doing the decorations for Halloween, you know, like, I know that you're gonna appreciate that, and that brings me joy. So yeah, there we go. There's some joy in my life. I love you. I love you so much, and I miss you so much.